Hi everyone, it's Heather and I am here in Barcelona. I have just 2 days to see this city, which is probably what you're going to be doing. Most people who visit here come before a cruise. So what can you do if in the 2 days you have before a cruise? Barcelona is so much more than just a cruise port. It's a city with a rich history, gorgeous architecture, fabulous food. So come with me because we are going to eat all the tapas. We are going to check out all of the Antoni Gaudí things. We're going to take in the touristy sites. Maybe we're going to spend some time at the beach, but I am going to take you along and show you that it is worth it to fly in 2, 3, 4 days before your cruise to experience this gorgeous city. Let's go. I'm on La Rambla, which is the pedestrian walkway, pedestrian street really. It is lined with cafes and flower shops and seed stalls. It's basically where you come for the evening or the afternoon to stroll, see and be seen, just kind of take in the beautiful weather. It's lined with gorgeous apartments, these beautiful trees, there's a lot of artwork. There are a lot of pickpockets in this area, so just mind your belongings, otherwise you'll be totally fine. But you kind of can't come to Barcelona without taking a promenade down La Rambla. Just off La Rambla is the Boqueria market. It's like a block and a half through an alleyway, and this is the main market here in Barcelona. And it's so cool. It's a covered market. This is where the locals are gonna come and pick up their produce or maybe their meat or eggs for dinner, whatever it is. But beyond that, if you're not here grocery shopping because you're a tourist, they have different stalls with prepared foods or restaurants, bars. You can come and you can get your wine, your beer, you can get some tapas. I was just here for lunch at Bar Central, had a couple of glasses of white wine. We had some bombas, which were fantastic. It was a great lunch. You can spend a lot of time here, you can spend a little time here, but I like to come to markets when I'm traveling because that's kind of where you get the flavor of the place you're visiting, what they eat, what the locals are like. So I would encourage you to come here and check it out, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Sorry it's so loud, but I'm at a street festival. The neighborhood that my hotel is in is the Gracia neighborhood, and they are having their neighborhood block party, let's call it, where every street has a different theme and they compete against each other, and there are rides and food. I literally came for one reason. Churros! Churros with Nutella, churros with sugar. Yay, Spain. They're good, but I'm just gonna say it. Mexican street churros at the border, way better. I'm here at Casa Batllo, which is a private home designed by Antoni Gaudí, and you've probably seen pictures of it. It looks a little freaky, a little scary, but honestly, when you go inside, it's one of the most beautiful apartments I've ever seen. You feel like you're underwater. It looks like you're in the Nautilus submarine. Outside though, it kind of looks like a reptile. If you look on the rooftop, you'll see the scales of a dragon. It looks like there's teeth and there's a mouth eating you. And if you see people inside, it looks like they're being eaten by this serpent. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, but strangely peaceful and beautiful. It's so worth a visit because if anybody has staked a claim on Barcelona, it's really Gaudí. He kind of has designed the whole city. You could buy your tickets online. It's the best price. Get the gold tickets. You get in faster. You have access to private rooms that the rest of the people don't see if you don't buy the gold ticket. So it's worth the extra splurge, I would say. But it was fun. Well worth the 2-hour visit. I'm standing in the Sagrada Familia, which is Antoni Gaudí's masterpiece. He started it in March of 1882 and it's still not finished. 1882 though, that's pretty new. It's a modern cathedral by most standards, you know, by about 600 years. And what I love about it is it's so bizarre. It doesn't look like a traditional cathedral. Outside it looks like you took wet sand and dripped it into a castle, but inside it is so bright and airy and colorful. There's so much color. It looks nothing like any church you've ever stepped foot into. It's not dark and heavy. It is happy. It is actually a happy place. And most churches have stained glass, but they're not very bright. Here, it's every color of the rainbow, and it's just so lovely. It is worth the entrance ticket. Don't just stand outside and take pictures. Come in. You can also buy tickets to climb up to the top of the spires and get a view of Barcelona. But I'm here in August, and it's hot and it's humid, and quite frankly, I'm too lazy to do that in this heat. I have some pro tips for you. Before you arrive, look into what it is that you're going to want to do here and buy tickets online ahead of time. They're usually going to be cheaper if you do it that way, and then this way you're all set. You can pick the time that you want to go and you don't run the risk of tickets selling out, because that would be tragic, especially if you have a limited amount of time. Getting around is also super easy. Almost everybody speaks English here, and if not, you can kind of point and figure it out. There is a metro system, but I didn't use it because I found the city was really walkable. Especially if you're in the touristy areas, you're not going to be more than a 20-minute walk between everything that you want to do. But there are tons of cabs, and they're actually the same price as if you were to Uber, and you can get them a lot faster. So stick with some cabs. You just throw your arm out when you see one with a green light on. You want to bring a reusable water bottle because it is hot here and you want to stay hydrated, and you can refill them when you stop for lunch. And speaking of lunch, they eat a little bit later here, so don't expect to sit down at 12 o'clock. You're thinking more 1:30, 2 o'clock is when you're going to see the cafes packed. Tapas are a must in Spain, and every region has their own kind of local tapas. So here in Barcelona, some of the more popular are of course the Iberian ham, RIP pig. I will not be trying that, but everybody swears it's delicious. I like the pan con tomate, which is just grilled bread, really good olive oil, and just a little bit of juice of the tomato sprinkled over top. They have bombas, which are deep fried mashed potato balls filled with something, sometimes a meat. I just had one with eggplant. It was delicious. Yeah, try it all. And it's meant for sharing, obviously. Tapas, right? So order 10, 15 dishes. They're about 2-3 euros each. Put them in the center of the table and just enjoy. I'm at Park Güell, which is a city park here in Barcelona. It was designed by Gaudí. Pretty much he designed the whole city. And while the park is beautiful with different trees and plants and tons of parrots to give it a soundtrack, it's not so much about the flowers here, it's about the architecture. There are gorgeous houses, these beautiful benches. It's just so characteristically Barcelonian. It's well worth it. You do have to buy tickets now, do them in advance. It was sold out today when I got here. So doing them online is your best bet, but it's worth it. It also gives you this gorgeous view over the city of Barcelona, all the way out to the ocean. What a way to spend a morning. Don't come like I did in the middle of the afternoon. It's sweltering. Best bar in the world, not by me, voted by a lot of really important people who know about these things. Paradiso. I'm not gonna say more. Speakeasy. No reservations. You got to get on the virtual queue. Figure it out, but I promise it's worth it. come to Barcelona and not go to the beach, they have a ton of beaches here. Barceloneta, where I am, is the most popular. And even if you don't want to go for a swim, you should still come on down. There is a super cute boardwalk that's lined with shops and cafes where you can sit and have lunch and watch the ocean, watch the paddle boarders. It's a whole vibe, and you should definitely come for at least an hour and just experience it. Well, that's it for my time in Barcelona. 2 days here just obviously was not enough to experience all the city has to offer, but I did get a really good feel for it, and I know that I want to come back. What I loved so much about this city is how colorful it is. It is unlike any other European city in that the buildings are made with waves and curves, and everything is decorative. There's color everywhere, not just limestone white buildings. It's got such a fun vibe. The food was fantastic. I was not a fan of the humidity, so if you can avoid it, don't come in the height of summer. Do May or September, where it's going to be a little bit cooler. You probably have a better experience, but it's worth it to come in 2, 3, 4 days before your cruise and experience the city, because it is so much more than a cruise port. With that being said, I now have to go get on a ship. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Heather. I will see you next time, and please hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. It means a lot. Bye.